Hey there, hope everybody's doing well. Making this video as part of a training series for our teams and wanting to help to get everybody aligned in how we're thinking about local SEO. That is January 21st, 2026. So this is updated as of now. I'm going to give an overview here and so that we're all thinking along the same lines, and then we'll be making additional videos and training that are diving into then some of the specific steps, and the goal would be that this is all clear and repeatable and helpful for us and for our clients. So some context. The 2026 local search ranking factors, that you can find it in this document. I'll share that, but this is done by WhiteSpark. And what they do is they send a big survey out to, I believe it was 47 SEO people, local search experts, and 2 hour long survey, and they ask them to rate all these different factors. And so this isn't from Google, this is just 47 people who are in it every day, who then are scoring, hey, this is what matters, this doesn't matter. And then they put all that together. And they do that for both the local search, the map pack, traditional organic rankings. They added in AI search as well. And so that's all in here. So you're welcome to obviously look over this. What I then did was take the results from here, and based off of that, what things stuck out, and how should that influence our SEO work. So first, kind of the top 10 most impactful ranking factors for the local map pack. So that's if I'm coming on Google, if I'm looking for a plumber near me. You have local service ads, you have traditional pay-per-click ads, and you have the map pack here. And so this is things that matter the most. The primary Google Business Profile category, so that's going to be right here, plumber, 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 plumber. Of course, if I'm looking for a plumber near me, that main category is going to be should be plumber. I want it to be specific, so instead of just lawyers or law firm, we would want personal injury lawyer as the main category. Then proximity to searchers. So this is something that we can't control. The only way we could control it is if someone has an actual they're willing to move offices to a better location. But that's just, we know, like, hey, we're going to get results that are close to where we are. Keywords in the business name. This one is interesting. You kind of see it here where my plumber near me, smart plumbing, alliance plumbing, one Tom plumber. That's not the end all be all, but it does seem to really have an impact currently. And so there are some things there where if the business can get a DBA, get legitimate, as a business name, have their keyword in there, that's something that can be helpful. Physical address in the city. This matters, having an address as opposed to being like a service area business. It does seem like the addresses are helpful. And then, of course, having an address in the actual city that you're in is going to matter. Your business hours. This is a newer one where business hours impact ranking. And if you're open, you're going to show up higher than if you're closed in most situations. So we want to encourage businesses to be open as long as they can legitimately. It just matters. And so that's that. High Google ratings. This is not shocking, but we want good reviews, good ratings, and we want a lot of them, and we want them to be new and consistent and to keep coming in. Your address showing. This one, people would debate about it. It just seems like if you have an address that it impacts ranking, seems to impact ranking. It also would impact perception. If a business has an address versus one that doesn't, they're probably a more legitimate business, is how most people are going to think. Additional categories. So, we'll have our primary category, but then adding additional relevant categories can be helpful. Review quantity. That's, high Google reviews, review quantity, kind of same thing. And then the map pin placement. This is something where you can check of just making sure your pin is in the correct location. So if you were, one of these businesses here, like, is that actually where the business is? And if not, making sure that that's updated. So those things all just matter. So it's good to be aware of for us. You can read through this. This is these are the new factors. So business hours, the Google Business Profile predefined services, and so wanting to make sure that we have probably ideally using their predefined services, but then adding in our actual service address visibility. This you can read about. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of this. This is the local map pack, the organic traditional results, and then AI search, and you can kind of see which ones matter the most. So that's just there. They're roughly the same, but you can see like the Google Business Profile matters more for local map pack than it does for a traditional organic. There's that. AI search visibility, top 10 factors. This is going to be the same thing that we just went over, but for the AI side of it. One thing we've seen this, we're working on this as well, but expert curated best of list. So if there's a best plumbers in your city list, we want to be on that list. Dedicated service pages, working on that. I'm not going to go through each of these, but you can take a look at those. So then here, this is, I would consider this a work in progress, but this is what we're continuing to work to build out and to refine is what things do we want to focus on. I think I have, here we go. This one down here, the quick reference priority actions. This is some of the stuff that we'll start to get more specific into on upcoming videos, but verifying, optimizing primary category, check the map placement. We're not going to do pin monitoring, but that's there, business hours, and so forth. Kind of just as then the rank here is like how important is it for from the results that they did. There's negative factors here. There's nothing shocking in there. Like if it's marked as closed, that's not great. If you don't have the right category, that's not great. Multiple profiles at the same address, not ideal. Little bad ratings, not ideal. Temporary close, not ideal. Suspension risk. So this is just interesting. You can look over this document. Where this then impacts us is looking at then what do we want to make sure that we're doing for our clients? And this is where I'll finish here. So from a local SEO basics, I'm going to say this is what we should be doing for every single client. And so we want to make sure that we're tracking this. So I'm interested in your guys' feedback of, is it more helpful to have add this to a spreadsheet for the clients? Is it helpful to have it in ClickUp? But we want to have an optimized Google Business Profile. It's going to be going, we'll have a checklist of just, hey, are these things all being done? Want to have citations that are built out. And so that's one where I'm kind of debating on the best course of action to do that. Some of that's happening, a lot of that's happening already, but that's that. Content strategy with location pages, blogs, and keyword mapping. This is all happening, but we just want to make sure that it's all there. Make sure it's filled out. Do we have the location pages? Are we tying blogs in to those location pages? And then for every page, it should be mapped to a specific keyword. And that's the keyword we should be tracking. So is that all clear? Do we have that? That's something that every client we should have. The ongoing optimization piece, that's running, but we want to make sure that that's happening. That is clear. How many pages are we doing each month? And I would also include looking at the blogs in that as well as the location pages. Quarterly technical audit, that's happening. The local link building, this is a new piece that we're kicking off to improve our link building. Shali's working on that right now. We're working with, I'm hoping to have everybody trained on it. This probably ends up being a full-time role, but it should really help us across multiple different areas. A review strategy, this we may be able to help with some as we get into local link building. But then helping, making sure the clients are getting reviews, it really matters. And then conversions and analytics. Do we have GA4 set up? Do we have Google Search Console set up? Are we tracking their keywords? Do we have conversion tracking? This should be happening for every single client. And so what I will ask of you guys is to start to go through your clients, probably just make a spreadsheet or add it in ClickUp. And are these things happening? And if they're not happening, let's figure out what we need to do to make sure that they are happening. Then once this is all happening, I would say we can move on to level 2, which would just be maybe more advanced things. Break page, we've been starting doing that, but how are AI engines viewing our clients, and how can we influence that? Those best of articles we had mentioned before, building up mini sites, third party content, LinkedIn, Medium, Reddit, Quora, and then testimonials, case studies, working with clients to get that up on their site. That's that. All right. So this is just what we should be looking at, how to be thinking about local SEO. We will refine this, but I think as a starting point, looking at your clients, are these things happening? If they are not happening, then let's do what we need to do to get them there and ask me questions. Thank you. Appreciate all of you. Hope you're all doing well. Talk soon.